too much for me. It started when I was a kid in elementary school. Just from there on, I ran with it. I don't even know.
I've traveled 26 minutes. You have 5. Those are time.
Well, it's not showing up down there, so
This screen doesn't show down there. So I'm just going to turn it like that so I can glance over the top.
If you're happy,
I don't think it'll read, so I'll just leave it where it is.
Okay. Hello.
yeah.
Everyone have energy to finish out the day? Anyone have energy to finish out the day? All right, this is one of those bittersweet moments at the World Conference where we're sad that it's ending, and we've had a great time, and we're really excited to see the next speaker. We have a little bit of housekeeping after the keynote, so please don't jump out right away. We have a few things to finish the day out. But today we're going to have a final keynote from David Hurley, who's the Community Development Manager. And in the Joomla world, that's a fancy way of saying cheerleader. It's okay that we tease him a little. He gets to travel the world. He's been to 26 events this year, raising our profile, not just at Joomla user groups and other events, but also non-Joomla events. And I think that's really important for our community. So thank you for all that effort, David. Thank you. David lives in Graham, North Carolina, where he's a developer, a business owner, a father, and a husband. And when I asked him what his hobbies were, he said, Joomla, the end. So we're going to hear today his talk about how Joomla fits into both the business settings and social settings. And without trying to steal his thunder, let's have a nice welcome for David.
Hello. Thank you for coming to the last keynote. That's always the worst spot, right? Because it's like nobody's going to show up. Everybody's thinking two thoughts, right? You've got two thoughts. One is, I have a plane to catch, and I really don't want to sit in one more session. And then the second thought is, isn't there a party later? Why am I sitting in a chair still? So, which you'd rather be on a chair than on the floor, which I think I will probably see some of later, right? So the topic that I want to talk a bit about today is a fun topic. We got to end this amazing 3-day experience with just a fun, lighthearted, let's just look a little bit about Joomla and where we are, where we've come from, and kind of the impact that we have as a community. So the topic. Everybody keeps asking me, what are you talking about? Bringing back the mullet? What? So before I begin, there was a little concern about the title, saying, does everybody even know what a mullet is? So you're kind of giving it away, you do. If you know what a mullet is, raise your hand up, clap, do something so I know. All right, all right. So now we have a real problem. We know what a mullet is. What on earth does that have to do with Joomla? So we're going to look a little bit about two aspects of Joomla and how it relates to a mullet. Business in the front and party in the back. So the first of those, obviously we need to talk about where have mullets existed. They've been around since their peak in the 80s, but they were actually before that even. They went way back in history. And the mullet, I mean, it was like an ancient type deal. And then for a while, even Superman had a mullet. So it had to be the cool thing, right? And then it was, okay. But now, today, we finally pushed it down. We suppressed the mullet. Do we really want to bring it back? And you think, no, nobody's doing that anymore, right? The mullet, it's old, it's done. Some people say yes. Some people say, yeah, we should do the mullet. And you know what? Most everyone knows who this is, right? We have a celebrity. We have someone that's stylish. We have someone that's on the cutting edge. It's in the spotlight. Okay, maybe it is coming back. So maybe we say yes. No, we should not bring the mullet back. It's awful, right? I found this picture. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I cropped it. I'm looking out for you. You can go look it up if you're really twisted. So, should we bring the mullet back? And more specifically, how is Joomla like a mullet? So I think the first thing we want to look at is the business in the front. Okay. How does Joomla relate in a business setting? And just so that I'm clear early on, I know I'm speaking in a tech crowd, right? We're like on the internet 24/7. We see the cartoons where the guy's sitting at his computer and he's like, I finally have to get to bed. It's like 3 in the morning. He gets in bed. And then he's holding his phone up and he's looking at it, right? That's us. We're always looking at a screen. So I want to try to use common internet memes that I hope are familiar to everyone to express some of these concepts. I previewed this a little bit with my wife, okay? She says, I don't know what that is. I don't know if everyone's going to understand what you're trying to show. Prove her wrong. You know what these are, right? So as long as I've mentioned my wife, I should real quick stop and say that I have a lot of respect for my wife. She is a saint because as Vic mentioned earlier, I get to travel all over talking about Joomla and having the time of my life with all sorts of different people. But somebody has to stay home with the kids. So I tell people I'm the father of 3 and the husband of 1. And it's going to stay that way for now. Because I may get another kid. Okay? Were you thinking something different? Come on, guys. So, yeah, she's awesome, and I just want to quick say that she's a saint, and she supports me fully in being able to do this. So,
It wasn't for you.
I hope she's watching, right? I'm trying to earn some brownie points. So first of all, let's look at Joomla business, and on a global scale, yeah, we're pretty awesome, right? And this is something that we noticed that we wanted to try to become better at, and we are. We have some amazing big sites using Joomla. We're growing. We are becoming more and more established in an enterprise setting. And that's a trigger word right there. That's a keyword because some people say, you know what, Joomla is totally not enterprise. And others say, yeah, Joomla's enterprise. So I looked up enterprise and see what it means. And the definition that I got back was really vague. It was horrible. And so then I talked to a couple different people and I said, well, what do you think enterprise is? And what do you think enterprise CMS is? And you know, the different answers that I got back, it's not really super well defined. So we all have this notion of what enterprise is. And the question is, well, does Joomla fit in that sphere? And we're certainly young, right? There are certainly older enterprise CMS systems that are out there. But old doesn't mean good. And old doesn't mean better. And Joomla is definitely young. In fact, my slide initially said Joomla is young. But really, I kind of wanted to play off better that we do mean business. We can be used in an enterprise setting. We have amazing stats on some different sites that use Joomla with tens, hundreds of thousands of traffic stats and visitors, and it handles that load. So yes, we could be better. Yes, we're going to be better. But we do have a fantastic global presence, especially in large business settings. Joomla is proven. You guys know this one? We good? Okay. So Joomla has come a long ways, right? I mean, we have a lot going for us, and even in a government setting, we have a lot of great stats about government sites that are using Joomla. Real quick, show of hands, clap, whatever you want. How many of you have seen the Joomlagov.info site that shows off our stats on that? All right. So I looked it up, and I had to look and see what the latest number was. 3,257 that are listed right now, government sites using Joomla worldwide. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty proven, right? And so, yeah, we don't always, it's not that every government site uses Joomla, but kind of like this guy, when I do use a CMS, I use Joomla. So then we can talk about professional. And we can say, Joomla is capable. You guys know this one? All right, so I'm like perfect so far, right? You guys know all of these? It's awesome. Hopefully they get easier, not harder. So Joomla is capable, and we're talking in a professional setting, and we're talking about how Joomla can be used. And really, the latest release, 3.2, is phenomenal. How many guys have used Joomla 3.2? Yeah, it's amazing, right? I mean, it has so many new features, we couldn't even figure out which one to focus on. So what was the tagline for Joomla 3.2? Does anybody know what the tagline is for Joomla 3.2? Something for everyone. There's so much in there. Something works just for you the way you wanted it to work. We have features galore. There are so many new things in there. It's amazing. We're very capable. We have so many different options and ways in which you can use Joomla to make it work for you or for your business or for your clients. It's a phenomenal CMS. Joomla is learning as a community, right? We don't, and we are still, I know this is a little bit confusing, we are still in the business section, okay? We're learning better how to handle support, how to handle our release cycle. These are questions that come up and we have to address them and figure out how to be better. Because the worst thing we want to do is become stagnant. You know, and this was mentioned earlier. We don't want to just say, yep, we're good. We're great. We got a lot of government sites using us. We got big sites using us. We're done. We have to keep learning as a community. And we learn from each other, right? We get together at events like this, and we talk, and we share ideas, and we say, you know, this is what's working, this is what's not. These are where we have a problem area. This is something we need to work on to fix. We're learning as a community, and Joomla as a whole is learning. You have this moment when you're with people, and you're like, whoa, I never thought of that. That's when it gets exciting. Joomla means money. So this one here, in case you're not familiar with this meme, usually the top of the line, the top of the picture says, what if I told you? And then there's something goes on the bottom, and usually it's, most of the time it's crass or inappropriate, but somehow still funny. Joomla means money, and that's something that is a constant kind of struggle, right? Is, yeah, what if I told you you can make money with Joomla, right? The product is open source. The code is readily available. Somebody can just go download the source code. But it's still a highly profitable ecosystem. It's a very, very real way in which you can both contribute, give back, and provide for your family, right? And that's exciting. Because now all of a sudden, you can combine your passion with your work. And then your work is no longer work. Now you're just having fun and making money, right? So that's kind of like the business side, right? So here's some takeaways. Placement, reputation, and outreach. Placement meaning our acceptance, how we are perceived and how we impact an enterprise or business market. I said we're learning as a community and we're growing as a CMS. We haven't arrived. We haven't achieved all that we want to achieve. If there is a question about whether or not we work in an enterprise space, then we haven't succeeded yet. And so we still have more steps that need to be taken to demonstrate our placement and to encourage our acceptance. And our reputation. We've worked very hard at growing this community. And as Vic mentioned, I've had opportunity to travel a lot this year and to visit different communities. But the majority of that was Joomla related. I'm going to Joomla events. We need to work on our reputation outside of just Joomla people. We need to work on our reputation on a global scale. And how do we do that? We do that through outreach, and that's the last point for the business takeaway. We need to really start focusing and looking at how we can bring new faces into Joomla. Introduce them to this amazing CMS that we get to work with on a daily basis. Introduce them to the community that we have. Introduce them to the opportunities that are available for them. And so it kind of ties in, right? Because as we outreach and as we get out to new people, we're increasing our reputation. And as we're doing that, we're also increasing our acceptance, and we're establishing our placement. So there's 3 takeaways from the business side, or the business front of Joomla. Party in the back, right? Now we get wild and crazy. Now we have some fun.
What does the fox say? What the fox say? What the fox say? Happy, happy, happy ho. Happy, happy, happy ho. Happy, happy, happy ho. What the fox say?
I saved you, okay? How many of you have seen this? How many of you have seen the full 3.5 minutes of this? It's amazing. Okay, if you love it, you wait till the end. So I wasn't sure about it. I cropped it just to the chorus because there was about as much as I could endure of it. It's actually pretty funny. It's a little bit of a meme right now. And we have a lot of fun in Joomla, right? I mean, we have all sorts of exciting ways in which you can get involved in Joomla. And we have these amazing world conferences and these global events. I heard it said, well, you know, and everybody knows this meme? You know who this is? Okay, this is Exhibit. He does a show in the United States, and it runs on MTV. And usually he focuses on improving a car or a vehicle. If you're laughing, it means you know the title of the show. Improving it for a particular person as a surprise. And usually that person is into some sort of hobby or something. And so he gives them their feature, their favorite thing inside their vehicle. And so the meme currently that exists is, Yodawg, I heard you like this, so I put a this in your this. And then you fill in that blank with whatever the current hot thing is that they like, you know, a TV, a car, so I put a car in your car. It doesn't make no sense. So someone said to me, well, you know, that's kind of like the World Conference, right? I mean, it's like, Yodawg, I heard you like Joomla Days, so I put a Joomla Day in your Joomla Day. That's not the World Conference, right? That's not what we're here for. That's not what this event is about. It's not just a glorified Joomla Day. We have amazing, amazing speakers come in that maybe we might get at a Joomla Day, but it's not on the caliber that we get at something like the World Conference. We heard some amazing keynote presentations earlier today, earlier in the last couple days. We have an opportunity with these world conferences to do some really awesome stuff. And so if I could, real quick, I'd like to just take a minute and have us give a round of applause for the people that put this event together, the organizers. Because it's a lot of work, right? If you have, how about this? How many of you have gone to a Joomla Day event? A Joomla Day event? Okay, excellent. That's almost everybody in here. How many of you have organized an event, whether that be Joomla or non-Joomla? How many of you have organized an event? Okay, quite a few of you. So you know exactly what has to go in to make something like this go off without a hitch. It's a lot of work, and I think they did a fantastic job. So next, let's look at professional. Your work can be fun. For those of you who don't know, this is a grumpy cat meme. And I think, as far as I can tell, it's a legit picture, a real picture of a cat. I love cats, by the way. So quick little side note. We've got some time, I think. Right? Do I have some time? We have some time. And I'm telling on myself here. And my wife is going to hear this because I'm going to have her listen to this so she gets y'all's applause from earlier. I, for some reason, thought I wanted a dog, right? And I didn't want just any dog. I wanted a big dog. My wife's like, no, we don't want a dog. You don't want a dog. That's not what you want. What does that make me do? I want a dog. I have to get one. My loving wife, saint that she is, as I've told you, surprises me on my birthday with a puppy. I didn't really want a dog. And she gets me the coolest bull mastiff puppy. You guys know what a bull mastiff puppy is? Bull mastiff puppy is only small for about a week. It's pretty much one of those things where you put the food out and you go to bed and you wake up and there's an enormous dog in your house. Our sweet little Daphne was what we called her, bull mastiff. grew up to be, I don't know, 6, 7 months, and we're talking 130 pounds, like walks everyone in the house. You know, I'm the only one that can keep her on the leash. That was something. And it didn't really go well with the 2 cats that we already had. And the worst part was, Daphne seemed to think she was a lap dog. It's like the bigger the dog gets, the more the only place they want to be is in your lap. And she drooled because she's a bull mastiff. So that was an experience. For all of you that love dogs, that's fantastic. It didn't work for me. I didn't have enough hours in my day. And what really works for me is a cat, which is like, oh yeah, you're here? Great. Goes on with their life, right? So we actually had to rehome Daphne, and that was a sad day, but we got another cat, so it was all good. So yeah, you don't have to just be hating your job. If you're hating your job, you shouldn't be doing your job. You should be finding something you like doing, something that you enjoy, and your work can be fun. And Joomla is a whole lot of fun. We've got local events in Joomla, right? And I kind of touched on it a second ago. We've got Joomla Days. We have so many of those, and every year we add more. And it's just this growing opportunity for different people in their own communities to get together, learn more about Joomla, and get involved in how they can make a difference, not only in Joomla, but in their local communities. And it's fantastic. And it's like, why would you not go, right? So that's the throwback to the wonderful presentation we had the other day from Rod Martin. I thought this was an appropriate one to fit there. How many of you, I asked you how many have gone to a Joomla Day. Actually, let me ask instead, or better yet, let me do this. How many of you have seen the Joomla flag? All right. Besides here, of course. Come on. Okay, so I got to travel a lot over the past year. I got to go to a lot of Joomla Day events. Not just myself. We had a lot of the leadership. In fact, it might have been the most that we've ever had traveling this year from the different leadership teams, and that was awesome. That was so good because we get to learn more about each of the local communities that we get to be a part of. And one of the things that we did this year, and I believe, Radek, you were the one that kind of led this effort, and we had a Joomla flag. And we said, okay, let's get this to as many events as we can this year. And then we took it one step further and said, let's actually sign it at each event. That's pretty awesome, right? So if you have a chance, maybe later on, or if you already have, come up here and take a look at it. We've got signatures from all sorts of events all over the globe where this flag has been. So we're tracking the Joomla flag around the globe, right? And so at each event, we have a special little time when we sign the flag, and then it carries on and continues on the journey. If you will indulge me for a minute, I would actually like to ask Diane, as one of the organizers here, if she would come up and sign the flag for this event. Where do you want to go?
I would like to put it right
Okay.
over here. Oh my. Okay. I hope this is going to work. Is there a way to hold it tight? Yeah. I hope I spell it right.
It's a long name.
He's doing more than sign.
Yes.
Can I change the TM to an R?
Yeah.
Would you hold it for me? I have one more thing.
One more little minor change that we're going to make, because we did actually maybe call it out a little bit in somebody's presentation earlier, just in the last keynote, and we think it's only right that if we're going to call it out on somebody else,
Let's fix it.
we fix it on our own.
Okay.
Okay? I know. Well, now it's not confusing, all right? Actually, trademark stuff confuses me every day. No idea what I'm supposed to do. I just wait for somebody to tell me that's wrong, do it this way, okay? So, Joomla Days are awesome local events, and if you haven't been to one, there might have been, what, maybe 2 people in here that didn't raise your hand. You need to go to one, and if you don't have one local, let's get one started. Because I'll bet you that if you're here at a Joomla World Conference, there are probably other people in your area that you could demonstrate about a Joomla Day, and we can get one started in your area. So definitely, definitely make plans to attend a local event, because they are a whole lot of fun. Lastly, on the party side, we want to make time to smile. And this ties back a little bit with the grumpy cat. In fact, this is kind of like the reverse of that one. For those of you that don't know what meme this is actually the over-attached girlfriend. It's how you get with Joomla, right? As you start to travel and get into events, it's like, man, this is addictive. This is a whole lot of fun. I'm meeting amazing people, doing amazing things, and all of a sudden, you start to worry. Are they looking at me like this? Like, hey, it's me again, hey! But it's so much fun. Joomla has so many different ways in which you can contribute, and it will enrich your life personally, and you can also enrich the lives of others. All right, takeaway. I've been up here completely too long. Takeaway on the fun side: focus, unite, and nurture. So we do want to have fun, right? And you'll notice I kind of went faster on the fun side than the business, because the fun side we don't really have much trouble with. At least judging from the last 2 days of watching all of you guys out there, yeah, you don't have any trouble with fun. In fact, I'm pretty sure I saw a couple of you just come in from your last night fun. And you know who you are. Focus. We want to focus our fun. Make sure that we put the effort in the right place, that we do so in a way that not just focuses our fun in a way that is respectful, but in a way that unites us closer together, in a way that makes the community stronger, not at the expense of someone in the community or anything in particular. And this isn't a lecture. This isn't because something has happened. Simply saying these are some takeaways that we always want to make sure that we're respectful, that we want to make sure that we nurture the proper atmosphere when we're having fun, that we really go out there, we get other people involved, we pay attention to cultural differences and things that may be so funny in some regards, maybe are not in others. We want to make sure that we are appropriate in our fun. So that's enough of a lecture. We have a lot of fun in Joomla. There's so many different ways in which you can have fun in Joomla. Be a pro, have fun, and rock on.
Who wants to see David with a mullet at the next event? All right, so before we end, I just want to let you know we have a few exciting announcements to keep you on the edge of your seats. But before that, we're going to have a few words from the Open Source Matters president, Paul Orwig. Paul, you in the house? Come on down. Great question.
I was originally on the agenda for Friday at 10 a.m. to give a short welcome message. And Friday at 10 a.m. I was on the green line. And Friday at 10:05 a.m. I was wandering around this general area trying to find this place. And finally, about 10:15, I walked down, and here Diane's rushed me down and said, go down there, go down there, go down there. Vic had covered for me. I appreciate that. I apologize for that, but I'm happy to have the opportunity now to say just a couple of words. This is a first for me. I've done a number of presentations, but I'm usually, let's go to slideshow. Thanks. You need to. There's a. You the man. So there's in this slideshow, I've got 2 slides, 1 picture, and 1 word. That's the best I can do. Those of you who have been in my sessions before know. So this is an image that to me symbolizes Joomla. It's a clear box. It's a gift, but there's nothing in it. And it could contain anything. It could contain nothing. It could become anything. It all depends on what we put into it, what it's going to become. This weekend, we put a lot in that box. We shared our stories, we shared our passions, we shared our knowledge, we shared our questions. We gave our time, and we offered to continue giving our time. And that's what makes us special, too. And we did it the way we always do it, which is together. That's what makes it special, too. There's so much genius and passion in this room, and I'm so proud to be a part of this community. And I'm so excited to think of all the cool things that are going to come out of the ideas that were shared, the knowledge that was shared, the plans that have been made, the commitments that have been made, and the people who have stepped up to volunteer to help move this project forward. When you have gifts like that, there's so many gifts, there's only one word that you can say, and that's click to exit presentation. You know? Where's my mullet guy? Okay, there's only one word you can say. If you look in the main part of the window anyway. See if that's better. Thanks. Thanks. So really, that's the word. That's the only word you can say when you get gifts of that magnitude, of that value. And I just want to add to what David said in terms of thanks. First, I want to say thanks to our sponsors and their financial support that help keep the cost of this event more reasonable, help make it practical. I want to thank all of our speakers. Most of us did this, spoke, for just because we wanted to share our knowledge. Took a lot of time and effort to plan it, and a lot of great things came out of the sessions and the keynotes that we had this weekend. I want to thank all of you for asking your questions, for sitting in the sessions, for sharing your stories and your ideas. This Joomla Ignite session that we had on Saturday was one of the highlights for me, and just getting to hear people's stories and meet some of you all for the first time. Thank you all for coming here and helping to make this event special too. I want to finally say thanks to the 8 volunteers who helped make this event possible. They worked on it for months. They worked on it hard. They had some struggles that most of you all don't know and never will know, but they poured themselves into it so that we could have a great time this weekend. And so I want to ask all the JWC team members that are here to come on down. So we had some jackets made up for him, embroidered with the Joomla World Conference logo, and underneath that it says Harvard 2013, and then 4 words that I saw on the website that I think are kind of themes for this conference that they chose: networking, knowledge, sharing, and community. So I'm going to go by sizes that I find. Mike Carson. Thanks, Mike. Mike was in on this deal. I was gonna leave it up to chance, but I decided we'd try to get sizes right, and so Mike spilled the beans. Vic Drover, thank you. Thanks, Paul. Everything, yeah, you bet. Yeah, Martine Boomsma. Did I get that? Close enough. Thanks. Thanks, Martine. Yeah, thanks, TJ. Another 2X, I think. John Neubauer. Thanks, John. Yeah. Ronnie Christensen, your size. That's the big one. Got it. Yeah, we did it. Say that one for last. Give me another one. I think. Thanks. Give me that one. Jerry Christensen. Thanks, Jerry. What's up, man? Jerry? Yeah. All right. And Diane Henning. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Thanks, everybody. Great time. Oh, TJ Baker. Sorry. You tell them all out. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thanks, all of y'all. You made this possible. Thank you.
We want to thank you.
Yeah, we're not done yet.
Okay. Oh, good. I just wanted to very particularly thank this incredibly large team. No, not at all. You guys are big in your generosity. You're big in your heart. You're big in your soul, and you are just like huge in my heart for me. Thank you so much. Don't make me cry. Thank you. Thank you so much for the time, the hours, the efforts, the passion, and the commitment that you guys have all put into this team. You've made it so incredible. Thank you.
We're not quite done. We're not quite done.
One more thing. Okay, we can't announce the next World Conference, but we can announce the next Joomla Day Boston. March 15, 16, think of it as the 2-day event of St. Patrick's Day in Boston, so we're going to be here. It will be held at the Microsoft Nerd Center Saturday and Sunday, and I hope that you all who are local can join us, and I hope that you all who can travel and come back to Boston, come see us. I have a special thing planned for you, so thank you all for being here, and I hope to see you then. One more thing. Okay. Take it away.
Okay. I'm the last speaker, I promise. Okay, you at 3 o'clock, you should have all received a survey link in your mailbox. It should be in your pocket. It is one question. It will take you less than 30 seconds, and we would really love your feedback in the next couple of hours. So tomorrow, when we meet and have our SWOT analysis about the event, we have that on hand. It'll really help us improve next year's event. So please check your email for a link and fill out that one question survey. It will be very, very, very helpful. All the thank yous have been said, and we've got a great Boston event coming up. We also have 2 international events coming that I wanted to give you the dates for at undisclosed locations. J and Beyond, May 31st through June 2nd. Mark your calendars, get your passports. And the World Conference, November 7th, 8th, and 9th, so the same weekend. Again, we'll get you the venues when contracts are signed and we know where we're going. But put those dates in your calendars, and we look forward to seeing you. Safe travels on your way home. We'll see you at the next event.